Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to this explainer. Today we're tackling one of the most, let's be honest, universally stressful blood pressure spiking experiences a parent can go through. Yep, the public meltdown. We've all been there, right? Either as the panics adult or the sympathetic bystander just kind of looking away. But today we're going to completely flip the script. We're looking at this whole experience strictly from the perspective of a child who desperately needs emotional safety. And we're going to explore this fascinating Japanese method that actually works with a child's brain, rather than fighting against it, to build that safety when they need it the absolute most. So picture it. Your child is on the floor, screaming, their back is totally arched, little fist pounding, face red and wet, and that incredibly sharp sound coming out of them is literally going straight through your skull. You've tried reasoning, you've tried bribes, like, hey, if you stop, we can get ice cream. You've raised your voice, maybe you've even threatened to just leave. Nothing is working, and you can just feel the heavy, judging eyes of every single person in the room staring right at you. Now, I know it's pure panic for you, but try to imagine the sheer, uncontrollable overwhelm that's happening inside them.
Take a breath. Let's move into section 1, why our instincts fail and how we're actually adding fuel to the fire. Look at our go-to strategies here. Explaining, correcting, warning, escalating. But here's the really profound truth of it all. You're not failing in these moments because you're a bad parent. Not at all. You're failing because you're treating a massive nervous system overload like it's a simple logic problem. You're basically using words on a brain that has temporarily lost the absolute ability to even hear them. Let's actually look at the neurology behind this. When a child has a tantrum, the thinking part of their brain, the part that understands reason, consequences, logic, it goes completely offline. It just shuts down. What's left running the show is the emotional brain. It's this primitive alarm system that is suddenly just totally flooded with sheer terror and feelings that are just way too big for their small body to hold. So when you try to reason with them mid-tantrum, you're literally talking to a switch that's turned off. They're not just ignoring you, they're functionally incapable of processing your words. And when you raise your voice, well, you're just adding more fear to an alarm system that's already totally maxed out. To truly fix this, we have to pivot to section 2, inside the flooded brain, and recognize this as a desperate call for safety. Let this sink in for a second. A tantrum is not bad behavior. A tantrum is a child drowning in an emotion they simply don't have the words for yet. Think about what that physical, emotional overwhelm must feel like from the inside out. You can't discipline a drowning child, right? You can only reach them first and pull them out. And that brings us right to section 3, kyokan, feeling with them. So the idea is called koyokan. It translates to feeling with. Now, this isn't just some simple parenting hack or a quick trick to make your life easier in the grocery store. It's a profound act of connection. It's about getting down into the trenches with a child whose brain is sounding a 4-alarm fire and offering them total, absolute empathy. This perfectly illustrates the core difference in philosophy here. In the West, when a child melts down, our immediate instinct is just stop the behavior, make the crying end, fix it, shut it down. The Western instinct kind of views the child as a problem to be solved. But the Japanese instinct, driven by kyokan, views them as a little person in need of an immediate emotional rescue. The first goal isn't to stop the tantrum. The first goal is to make the child feel completely understood and to establish critical emotional safety. So how do we actually do this? Let's break down section 4, the 30-second rescue. Here's your map. Step 1, get low and name it. Step 2, stay calm and close. And step 3, offer connection. Let's look closely at exactly how each of these transforms a child's flooded brain. All right, step 1, do not stand over your child. Imagine being a small child, completely overwhelmed by these huge, terrifying emotions, and suddenly a giant, looming adult is towering right above you. To that primitive alarm system we talked about earlier, you literally look like a threat. Instead, lower yourself. Kneel. Get down below their eye level if you can. From the child's perspective, this single action alone signals instant safety to their nervous system. You're no longer a threat. You're coming close. You're a safe harbor. And while you're down there, instead of telling them to stop, you just calmly say what they're feeling out loud. You're so angry. You really wanted that. It's so hard when we have to leave. Now, to a Western mindset, I know this feels totally counterintuitive, like you're somehow agreeing with the tantrum, but you aren't. What you're actually doing is handing their overwhelmed brain a word for the storm raging inside them. And the moment a feeling has a name, it instantly becomes just a little less terrifying.
Imagine the sheer relief in their little body when they realize someone finally understands exactly what they're going through. Okay, step 2. After you name the feeling, you stop talking. You don't lecture, you don't negotiate, you stay low, you stay close, and you stay incredibly quiet. Honestly, this is usually the hardest step for adults because we just want to fix it with words, right? We want to filibuster the tantrum. But right now, silence and your physical proximity are the child's absolute greatest rescue. Because this is the magic moment of co-regulation. A child in a tantrum physically cannot calm their own nervous system down. They have to borrow calm from yours. If you're tense and loud, well, there's no calm for them to borrow. But if you're kneeling there, breathing slowly, taking these deep, steady breaths, shoulders totally relaxed and unbothered by the storm, your child's nervous system will quietly, almost automatically begin to sync up with yours. You're not doing nothing. Your quiet patience is literally the anchor their body is desperately searching for.
And then we reach step 3. As the storm starts to pass, and I promise you it will pass, your child will physically shift. You'll see their shoulders slump, maybe you'll hear a heavy sigh, they might reach out for you, or they might just go quiet and kind of lean in. This is the exact moment most people completely ruin the rescue. Which brings us right to section 5, connection over correction, and how to truly be that safe harbor. We ruin the rescue because our instinct just screams at us to lecture. See, that's why we don't scream in the store. Now what do you say? We choose correction when what the child desperately biologically needs is connection. So open your arms, offer a gentle hand on their back, just say, come here. Let them collapse right into you if they want to. The big lesson about not screaming in the grocery store, that can come much later, when their thinking brain is actually back online and capable of learning. Right now, in this moment of pure emotional exhaustion, the child is learning the single most important lesson of all. When I fall apart, my parent doesn't leave me. My parent comes closer. That is true emotional safety. That's how you build a child who actually recovers from big feelings quickly, not by punishing the feeling, but by being the safest place to land.
Which leaves us with this to think about. The next time the storm hits, and trust me, it will hit, and every eye in the room turns to you, when your child completely falls apart, will you choose to be a towering threat, or will you get low, breathe slow, and be their anchor? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. Be patient, be present, and trust the quiet.